Hello friends, today we are going to talk about distraction with Antoine Cretin. So without any further delay, let's get started.
Hey, buddy. What's up?
Hi, how are you?
I'm good, and you? It's good
I'm
to see
very
you.
fine.
Do
It's
you
good to
hear
see
me
you.
well enough?
Yeah.
Yes. Oh,
Okay.
there is Irina.
Yeah. Hello.
So what's up? Where are you? Family's place?
I'm at my home. Where are you?
Yeah, the same. There's a big garden here. It's great.
It's great.
Good weather.
Yeah. So,
Sunny. It's good.
I believe you're ready.
I am ready, man. Tell me.
Yeah.
Ask me
So
everything.
let me first introduce to you our viewers.
Yeah.
He's Antoine. He's a musician in France, and he will be accompanying us with the topic on distraction. I will be asking him a few questions on distractions and he will be answering his experience and I will be discussing everything with him. So let's get started, Antoine.
Yes.
You
Ask.
might want to give your introduction to our viewers for some minutes, maybe.
For what we're doing.
I'll be asking you questions. So first you introduce yourself so that people know who are you and what you do with them.
Okay. So
Yeah.
I'm like a musician. I'm producing music, and I'm starting to try to make a business around it to make a living. And yeah, that's it. I'm trying to make my passion like my work. So yeah, this is pretty much it.
Yeah, that's good. So, Antoine, without any further delay, let's ask you the first question for our today's discussion. That is,
Yeah, tell me.
we often get distracted from our work during suppose like you are a musician and you do your music work and you get distracted by social media or some other thoughts or
Sure,
anything.
sure.
So, how do you think you can cope up with these thoughts? So, my question is, how can we improve ourselves to avoid distraction?
Yeah, I think the main stuff is like, what is your purpose? What do you want to do? And if you train yourself to be distracted by many things such as social media, you're gonna be good at being distracted. So I think we definitely need to stay focused and stuff, and train that actually, like by just simply being focused like 5 minutes and five
Hmm.
more minutes and 5 more minutes, and yeah, just ask yourself what do you really want to do. And but distractions comes from many things, and it
Yeah.
can come from the way you feel inside actually, and the
Okay.
stuff you eat, and the energy that you have can come from many things.
So you said it comes from many things. Do you want to emphasize on your on the things that distract you personally?
Yeah, sure. Actually, I think it really depends of how you feel inside. If you feel like some anger, stuff like that, it's gonna be much
Mhm.
harder to be focused on something, because your
Uh-huh.
body is like feeling kind of anxiety, really energized, and so it's really difficult to be focused if you don't release that energy, you know.
Yeah. So you are suggesting that we should be very much clear on the topic, on the work we are doing our work. So
Yeah,
we know.
I think
Yeah.
if we know ourselves well enough, like the way
Uh-huh.
we feel, it can change a lot.
Yeah. I guess. So my next question is similar to the first one. Can you tell me what is the evidence showing that the internet is primary cause of distraction and disconnection? I mean, internet is big part of our lives, and of course, it is distracting us. But at what degree? So,
Mm, I think
yeah.
you know, social media and stuff like that are great. It's just the way we're using it. And
Yeah.
obviously, like the algorithm of Instagram, for example, is
Yeah.
built to stay as most as we can on it, you know. It's the way they win money with that. So we need to really be aware of that and using it the way we want to use it, but it's up to us, you know. I
So
mean,
how do you,
we
what do you think?
I think we definitely need to stay aware, you know, like why are you
Yeah.
going on social media and knowing the
Is there any way we can train ourselves to use social media? I mean, there should be some discipline. Otherwise, we could go on and on and on.
yeah, sure,
Yeah.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. I think you said the right word. Like we definitely need discipline and to
Yeah.
train ourselves to stay like don't doing too much with that and yeah, be aware of why you're doing that actually.
Yeah. So we have to at least tell ourselves before using these things that I will switch it off at this time or that time. So we know that our time will be utilized very productively. Otherwise, we get along with this YouTube algorithm or Google
Yeah,
searches
sure,
or
man. Yeah, sure.
media, and we don't know where time
This is
flies,
so
and
hard.
then we
Yeah,
are, yeah,
we get trapped in it all the time, and me the first. Like there is always content that you love, so it's really hard to get away from it.
yeah. And I believe that it is the money they are making from us. That if we are not there, so they will not make money. So it is designed for that, and
Mm,
we cannot influence them, but they can influence us in many ways. You know, they can influence us to so that we get indulged, or there are many things. Um, Going to the third question, what is the basis of claim that online activities are distraction and offline activities are the real focus? I mean,
man,
we do online work and then we do book reading. That is e-book versus real book. So, what do you think is the real goal of our? I mean, should we be online or should we be in the physical stuff?
man,
You
just
know?
your sound is like kind of. I'm not sure to hear well enough the sound. Do you have like a microphone and stuff like that? Just to.
Can you hear me now?
I mean, yeah, I think like just before I did not really understand the question. I did not hear well enough.
I'll repeat for you. So, you know, we use e-books and we use real books, physical books in our hand.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
my question is, what is the basis for the claim that online activities are the distraction and offline activities are the real focus? I mean, should we be stay to our offline activities or should we work on online, which is distracting us actually?
Yeah, I think if we are online activities, we definitely need a lot of discipline because we have like many notifications and stuff like that. So we need to stay focused on one thing. And for example, if you are learning something on YouTube, there is
Mm-hmm.
like recommendation on site. So you wanna like watch everything. So
Yes.
it's really distracted. However, if you have like a book in your hand, you don't have anything else to do than reading the book, right?
Yeah.
So it's why it's like much more, you can have much more focus reading a book than being on internet and having like so many things there.
Yeah. So does it tell us that we are uncontrolled? I mean, our mind is uncontrolled and
I I
it's
I,
not.
I I think the main problem with this, like we don't train our brain to become focused and aware of what we're doing. Like from school, from when we're a child, we're like learning to do as many things as we can without
Uh-huh.
even learning how to use our brain, which is which sucks actually, because you know we don't we learn how to like speak a language, do mathematics and stuff like that, but we
Yeah.
don't learn how to be concentrated, how to eat and stuff like that, you know?
Yeah, I
And
understand that.
for me, that would be the first step to do.
Yeah. So, what's the alternative to these things? I mean, what do you suggest that how should we organize our time? Because we all have 124 hours, and this distraction is most of the part of our lives now. You know,
Hmm.
16 hours a day, 17 hours a day, we are on YouTube and we do all this stuff, which is a waste of time actually. Or we say we go for a video. Suppose that I have to
Hmm.
study on YouTube. I go there. A few hours later, no,
Yeah, exactly, man. It happens to
yeah,
me like so much.
yeah, it does.
But
But you
maybe
know, what's the
I don't.
alternative in this information era? I mean, information is much needed in this era, but this distraction is killing us.
Hmm.
It takes a time.
Maybe we need like kind of a purpose when we're doing something. Like if you're going on YouTube, like why are you going on YouTube? Is it just to messing around so you're gonna spend hours and hours, or are you just looking for one information? So you can say to yourself like I'm gonna stay like only 10 minutes on it, and
Yeah.
if I don't find what I want, I just just go out. But
So,
maybe it's
Antoine,
yeah.
yeah. So, Antoine, as you are a musician, do you want to share your time, your routine to people so that they get inspired from you and can relate with you that as you use your time very productively, as you upload a video every single day, so you are using it very
Oh,
nicely. Yeah.
um, actually, my time is in the morning. I'm like making music because
Yeah.
the morning I'm really concentrated. So I I like to like create something. So I'm creating
Mhm.
music from 8 to 12 in the morning. But before that, I'm like doing kind of meditation, stuff like that, to relax myself and to be ready to create something.
Mhm.
And in the afternoon, I'm like creating contents for my Instagram account, but I'm creating everything in advance, you know?
Yeah.
So, like, for example, the next week, Instagram contents are already created. So it's just,
Oh, so
yeah,
so you are already prepared that if one day is wasted, you are not worried. And you know,
yeah,
Antoine, last night I uploaded a video on procrastination, which
yeah,
says we procrastinate even more when we are
yeah,
afraid. You
yeah,
know,
definitely, man, definitely. Sure.
yeah. So that should be avoided. So when we see deadlines and we panic, and that is the time from
Exactly,
our
man,
people like
exactly.
them.
It's why, as I told you before, like we definitely need to know what we feel inside, so we're not like in the fear and we don't procrastinate. If we
Yeah,
release that bad energy that is inside of our bodies, we can
yeah,
actually be relaxed and do things without, being distracted and being the fear, in the anger, whatever.
yeah. So. And one, the reason behind using internet, can it be like this? Am I just, I mean, I'm saying it from all of us. Am I just trying to justify myself, my life online? I mean, am I trying to prove anything to my friends, to people I know, to my community that I'm something, which is the biggest reason of this distraction, maybe because we are very much focused on how people are perceived about us, or maybe something like that. So
Mhm.
this is the reason behind this distraction, that we are consuming so much of energy just to prove something.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
What is your question again?
I'm asking, it's from all of us, that am I just trying to justify my life online?
You?
All of us. I'm just
Ah, all of
asking from
us.
them. Yeah.
Um, maybe a little bit, maybe a little
Okay.
bit, but maybe it's also something that everybody is using, so we like kind of need to use it to be part of a community. You know, if you're
Mm-hmm.
not on Instagram, maybe you're missing something because maybe there is nice contents that you would like to see and you can't see it because you don't have that kind of stuff. Um,
Yeah.
but I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, I get it. Um, the next question is very, very good question actually. People will learn something from it. Why does our brain trick us to distract? I mean, we are all here to do something. We are all here to prove something. But why does it happen that we are always get distracted? Why does our brain play with us? It's like I sit to study and 10 minutes later I find myself in bathroom. I find myself in
Hmm.
kitchen. But actually I'm just thinking, uh, sitting in front of fridge that why am I here? You know, our brain just trick us to just go from there. So why
Yeah,
does it? Why do you think that that's the case?
I think it's maybe because we are trained for that. Like maybe we used to
Yeah.
be distracted so much, so it's
Mm-hmm.
like now so hard to get out of it, you know?
Yeah.
And
So
it's like
you're
it's
saying
becoming a drug, right?
Yeah, I think so because we have trained our brain since childhood to not do things. It's like we have practiced procrastinating. We have practiced it. The rule is
Exactly.
10,000 hours, 10,000 hours
Exactly.
of practicing something, and we are perfect in procrastinate now.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
And I think there is
So
maybe you know, the dopamine stuff.
yeah, dopamine. Yeah, I know it.
So,
Do you want to explain it to people what's
like,
dopamine? Some of them don't know. Maybe.
it's like a kind of a chemistry that is releasing in the brain when you're doing something that makes you happy for a bit. Like, for example, eating like sugar or maybe watching good videos. It's gonna releasing like dopamine, and we become like addicted to it. You know. So it's maybe why we are so distracted. Like we're like you're saying to yourself, "Oh, I'm gonna do that because I'm gonna feel good with it," but it's just dopamine on the
So it's a
short
feel
term. You
good.
know? Sorry?
Uh, some of the scientists tell it in layman's term that it's a feel-good chemical. People feel good about it, but later they regret that they did something which they
Yeah,
shouldn't have,
yeah,
right?
exactly. They feel guilt afterwards. Yeah.
So, how should we avoid these distractions? What should be the approach that we should minimize this distraction and maximize our productivity? Because we have less time to do productive things and
Mhm. Yeah, yeah,
all
yeah. Um, Simplicity. Like,
simply.
yeah, we need to simplify things maybe and do less. Um, I mean, like trying maybe to do like just one thing a day instead of trying to do like a list of a bunch of stuff that you can do, you know?
You're asking to break your goals in small steps, baby steps, and then
Yeah,
follow.
yeah, exactly. Maybe, yeah, exactly. Maybe baby steps, like few stuff that you can achieve really easy, like really easily instead of like big stuff. I think, what is his name? Uh, you know, the CEO of SpaceX. What's his name?
Um, yeah, the name, it's a good name.
Um,
It's the,
I don't remember.
um, I
What?
forget.
Yeah, whatever. This guy, I think he uses the rules of 5 minutes. Like he's trying to do things in 5 minutes, so he can stay really, really, really focused on one thing in 5 minutes.
Yeah. So, how can we enhance this focus? I mean, how can we actually start? There's a saying that stop starting and start finishing. We start many works, but we never finish a single one.
Yeah,
Because
exactly.
distracted. But there's no good way we can follow this approach and find the best options.
Yeah, I think it's a good point. Like starting to finish stuff, it's not really easy, but we need to, yeah, you need to train yourself to finish stuff. Um, but I think if we to to train that, like I think it's really important to be relaxed, you know, to actually feel relaxed. And to feel like truly relaxed, I think we need to like make some activities like bodies activities like such as yoga or boxing or whatever, and
Mhm.
some meditation and training ourselves with that and releasing that bad energy that's gonna drive us for for the day actually.
Okay, so you're suggesting it that keep it simple and
Yeah,
then we can
maybe
enhance it. But
maybe one goal a
many
day.
people
I don't
find
know.
it, sorry?
Maybe one goal a day.
Yeah, many people find it to live simply simple because people have habit to compare themselves with others. They cannot go simple in this life because we are seeing good amount of lives everywhere. Like we open our Instagram and we see people going there, people doing this, people living like this, and we try to compare and just get distracted, and then we are actually harming ourselves in this way.
Yeah, definitely. It's why
Yeah.
it's really important to go back to within and to know, okay, what do I want and how can I increase myself? How can I improve myself? But just for me, actually. And this is tough, but we need to go back to like kind of a selfishness sometimes and just focus on what you want. And even if some people are doing amazing things around you, it does not mean that you can do the same. So, yeah, I would say that.
Yeah, so simplicity is the key.
Yeah,
Um,
simplicity, man, that's great.
Moving further, how could you create your own experience of presence and happiness online? I mean, we see all kinds of negativity online, but in a percept way, we perceive negativeness. But I just want to ask you that how can we utilize this platform? It's a global platform. We are connecting right now. It's a good thing, but many people cannot utilize it in many in the efficient way. So how could you create your own experience of presence and happiness online?
Maybe you just need to get rid of all the bad things that's going on like internet actually. Maybe you can just focus on what is good and that's it.
Okay.
And just focus on the stuff that makes you feel good, that inspire you, that increase your energy, instead of watching that stuff that makes you fear, makes you anxiety and stuff like that. Just
So
choosing choosing the content that you need, that you want.
okay. So what inspires you to do this music work, and how do you keep it simple and keep it relaxed and then do this work every day? I mean, what's the key goal of this?
I'm saying all of that, but it does not mean that I'm struggling with that actually. This is tough. This is tough.
I
This is
know,
tough.
I understand that, but
Uh,
I was studying it somewhere that nobody's life is simple, but we both meditate together. So our guide did he's the content. He's in content. He do any work in contentment. So that is the inspiration we both have. But I want you to share from your perspective that how can we at least preserve that one thing, because people switch their careers day by day, month by month, just because they don't find anything good in this work. They don't find results. But everywhere there's a struggle, but everywhere there's also rewards hidden. And it's just distraction from people that they see that this one is doing this work, this one is getting this much money, and I'm not getting anything. And I
Mm,
and they keep on switching careers, and they get nothing.
mm. Yeah, we definitely need to know ourselves well enough to understand what do we fucking love. Like, um, just creating your like your universe and the stuff that inspires you, and take that into your own world. And there is so many things that are inspiring, and all the different things is creating your own personality. So take that out and building your own stuff with that. This is I think this is key to, oh, I like that, I'm gonna take that. Oh, I like that, I'm gonna take that. And all of that is gonna create your world. And this is good. And actually you're gonna be, the more you do that, you're gonna be more confident with that. And you're gonna start to create your own like energy, and maybe you're gonna start to inspire other people.
Yeah, I get that. Let's talk some conspiracy theory now. I was watching a movie on Netflix which was completely focused on distracting millennials, you know, just so they cannot find what's the actual goal for this, they want to keep people poor. Like you know about Robert Kiyosaki, and he told once that they want people to be poor. So he was asked, keep them poor, keep them poor. So we are surrounded by all this content just to distract us completely, so that
Mm.
we stay where we are actually. What do you think about that?
You know what? I like that kind of stuff. It does not mean that I'm believing it, but
Uh-huh.
I think it's always good to have like a really large view of every opinion. It's why I'm loving so much like London Real. I don't know if you know it. Yeah, you know it.
Uh, which one?
Lon London Real. It's like a YouTube channel, and
Oh
there is
yes,
a,
you told
yeah,
me something.
there
Yeah,
is a lot of interview on it, and there is like many people with different opinions, and this is great. I mean, we need to be okay with that. We need to learn from different opinions, even if you don't believe in it. That's okay. But I mean, it helps to create your own opinion. It's why I like that. It's why I like to have many stuff, because you're gonna be able to create your stuff. Because if you're like watching only mainstream media and stuff like that, there is just one opinion, which is
oh yeah,
which is pretty bad actually.
it's
Um, it's bad. It's bad. However, if you have like many things, you can choose and pick up. Okay, I like that. I like that. Oh, maybe he's more right than he said, and creating your own stuff.
I
So
get
I
it.
think it's good. It's good.
Yeah.
But
So
I think we need to we definitely need to know what is the purpose. Like, if the purpose is to make people feel good and to increase peace in our lives, I think it's great. If it's not this case, it's shit.
oh yes. So Antoine, I have no further questions for you. I just want to summarize things we discussed. One was discipline. We should be very disciplined while doing social media. The
Mm,
another one was focus. We should be
mm,
very focused and clear
mm,
about our goal.
mm.
What else did you suggest? Simplicity.
Know yourself. Like, how do you feel inside, and try to accept. Like, we did not say that, but trying to accept because sometimes it's so hard to not be distracted. But I mean, that's okay. Like, accept, like, you're struggling, you're doing shit, like, that's okay for a moment. Just
Yeah.
accept that, and from that, you learn and you go a step further and you change, like, with a few steps. So,
Yeah.
accepting, knowing yourself, empty your mind. We need to empty that stuff through like yoga, meditation,
Do
or
you want
whatever.
to share your secret? How do you empty your mind?
I'm doing like I built something to make some, some boxing stuff. It helps me to release my anger, and I'm
Mhm.
doing like yoga in the morning sometimes. I'm doing meditation,
Uh-huh.
and and I'm reading books, and I stay inspired by, you know, stories or science or whatever.
Yeah, I got it. So thank you so much, Antoine, for sharing your insight. We'll be connecting you once you're very famous next year or maybe 6 months later. Thank you so much, Antoine.
See you, man. Love you.
Bye.
Bye bye.